Peace and great health. This is Count Noble L. Dawson L. Bailey Bay, representing the Moorish Society for Ministry of America. And this is the Moorvue Podcast, giving you a Moorvue perspective on a range of topics, basically everything. There's nothing I'm limited to. We're going to cover whatever needs to be covered because everything is in a fabric of our society, and we need to be aware of whatever it is. So today we're going to do a reaction video to It's Complicated. Shout out to It's Complicated. They in this particular videos, a gentleman goes out and asks men and women around a bunch of like social relationship type questions and get their honest reaction to it. Let's get it.
What is your understanding of the history of romantic relationships and how they've evolved?
Honestly, so I think from a long time there was a lot of male-dominant relationships where it comes into the man takes care of the woman stays at home. But over time it has become a woman can do what they want and a man is a support system, as well as still being able to kind of be the muscle of the relationship and being able to support her in her goals, as well as being able to support himself and show that he's like have masculinity still. If that makes sense?
Can you explain in as much detail how the dating game works?
Oh, so I've been off the market for a year and a half. But the dating game, honestly, anymore is a female-dominated market where the female has a choice. If the female wants it, then the female can get it, and the guy is kind of just chasing. But when it comes to the dating, if the guy has game, style, based on like clothing-wise, as well as good physique for the most part, they can dominate a dating game because the female wants what the female eye catches, but as well as the female has a choice, and the guy is kind of hunting.
How does each sex manipulate?
I remember when I used to date. I don't date anymore. Took myself off the market for my own particular reasons. You know, just have to work on self and focus on being a parent. That's my number one thing. But when I was younger, I never knew exactly what in the hell it was. Now we talking about 90s time period, 90s going into 2000s. I never knew really what the hell a woman wanted. Like I never knew what attracted them. I understood, you know, from the gentleman just said, from the clothing and your physique or fitness level, car, type of car. It definitely wasn't, our generation definitely did not speak about men making six figures and paying all my bills. They didn't come out to the Destiny Child. Bills, bills, bills. So this has been a taught behavior for the last 21 years. This was not the attitude before of a woman finding a man, he has a good job or has a job, period, a decent provider or a good provider, and how he treats her. That it was based on that. It wasn't based on your 401k. You know, it wasn't based on what exactly your career was or what exactly how much money you actually made. Now, I'm not saying those things wasn't important because it was important. It was a man's position to, you know, provide, protect. But a woman didn't have a number on it, majority, like they do now. You know, then it was, you know, you got your act together. You know, a woman, shit, they would accept a lot from every scale, walk of life type of man. But now it's only a 10% type of man that has been purportedly, I don't know these women, to be honest with you. I don't know these women that just want a 10% man. I ain't gonna say I've never met one. I'm sure I've met a few, but the language that's being spoken now from a lot of younger women or women from this generation have a completely different talking point. It sounds just like a rap song, or it sounds just like songs. It sounds like a magazine, or it sounds like a dream, or it sounds like not completely delusional, but an illusion fairy tale of a high optimized point of view of like imagining winning the lottery. It's like that to me, from my point of view, because it's nothing like it was before, but never knew what the hell got on. You just had to put yourself out there, get rejected a whole lot, get accepted sometimes, and roll with it that way. But you had to put yourself out there, period. But you never knew exactly what the hell do they like physically, like, do they, I'm dark skinned, so they like chocolate, they like light skin, like what do they like? What is their preference? Because you're only gonna fall to a woman's preference. If you're not what she likes, it kind of doesn't matter what the hell you got. You can have money. I know women that you can have money or whatever. They don't like that shit. Don't even come at them like that. Don't even approach them like, oh wait, I got it. Like that doesn't impress them. Like, do you have a conversation piece impresses them? How you treat them impresses them. Like I can say, is that old school now? People care about how they get treated. Because you could spoil a person all you want to, buy them whatever, and treat them like shit. Not even like them. Men buy a lot of stuff for women that they don't even like. They just doing it to get the coochie. Just saying.
To get what they want.
I feel like females use their body. I feel like males use their money and like what they can do for a woman. And if you gay, I mean, just body, yada, 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 yada.
Makeup is a dominant one for females, for 100%, because they can change their appearance. Males will kind of alter their personality. If they're a douchebag, they will 1,000,000% change up and be like, oh, I'm a sweetheart. I'll talk to you all sweet. I'll take you on dates. The moment they get in a relationship, gone. So 100% that way.
If men typically have to have looks, money, and status in order to attract lots of beautiful women, how is the man not considered the prize?
Wow, that was mind-blowing. You just mind-blowed me.
That's called realization.
Like, because for them to have that, they have to pull the woman. So you can't pull the woman without all those things. So you're pulling the prize by having those things.
When it comes to dating and relationships, who is typically seen as the prize?
Meaning the woman don't have to have nothing. That was her answer. Might be an interpretation on my part, but that was her answer. He said, well, if a man has to have all these things, he has to look good, not just be a good provider. He got to look good, be tall, have all these nice things to attract the woman. That's like 100-0. Somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose.
The man or the woman?
Bitch.
Yeah, the woman.
Okay, so if the woman is the prize, why even bother going out with a man in the first place?
I don't know.
That's a good
Great question.
The woman.
So who's the prize in a lesbian relationship? Both of them?
Both of them.
Yeah, oh God.
Both be the prize.
So then why aren't they both the prize in a heterosexual relationship?
Because I was about to say men are down here and women are up here.
Okay, so are women equal to men or are women superior to men?
For sure, superior.
Okay, so then why do women go around saying they want equality when they actually want superiority?
It's just for the look. So people just want to be like, oh, I'm going to go look for this, but they're actually looking
Okay,
for money.
why is it, do you know what the definition of chauvinism is? Chauvinism means one sex thinking they're superior to another. Why is it when men think they're superior, we call it chauvinism, but when women think they're superior, we call it feminism?
Empowerment.
That's a great question.
That's a good question.
Got me stumped there. Yeah.
Are there any double
It's called realization.
standards in relationships that you can think of that do not exclusively favor women?
Is none.
None. So why
None.
would a man want to be in a relationship when everything's a double standard and it all favors her?
See, that's if you gonna be in a relationship with any female, make sure she's more bisexual than she is straight.
Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean?
she like bitches more than she like niggas.
But I'm saying, what's the benefit in that? Why do you
The
believe that?
benefit in that is, boom, y'all can get bitches together.
Aha.
And you ain't got to worry about fucking on one pussy and getting bored, because bitches act like pussy don't get old. Pussy get old.
If someone is dating a bisexual...
That was very interesting. I mean, dick can get old too. Especially attitudes, moods. You put a bad attitude, put a bad mood with a dick or some pussy. I mean, you can get tired of it real quick.
Are they more likely to get jealous whenever their lover spends time with their friends?
I feel like you would be insecure if you know your significant other liked both gender. I don't want to say both genders, and I'm gonna get shit on because there's. Okay, I don't think that's fair. I don't know.
Okay, jealousy. I think it gives you more options of who you're going to be jealous of. It's not just
Yeah,
like,
I think
oh,
it increases
my girlfriend
jealousy.
likes a guy.
I think it increases insecurity.
Is jealousy a turn on or a turn off for you?
Turn on.
I love it. I don't want games in my relationship. I don't want to be jealous. I want to be confident. And
No,
know
I
that
love
the
it.
person- no.
Let me ask you this. What's the difference between protecting your woman and being possessive?
Being fucking possessive.
No.
I mean, isn't there good and bad jealousy? Like,
Yeah, there's controlling and like being manipulative.
right, but that would be, you know, being possessive, and then being protective of your woman is good jealousy. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, yes. I do agree.
Have any of you ever experimented sexually with another woman?
Yes.
Okay. Would you ever date a man who's experimented with another man?
No.
Okay. Do you think women are less inclined to support bisexual?
I did that one time. I ain't do that. I mean, I asked a question one time from a young lady that liked women. And I said, well, if I was with a dude, wouldn't that be the same thing? And she was like, no way. It's not the same thing. Me being with a woman, you being with a man. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Like, the rationale that people make in their head for themselves in a double standard type of way is ignorant. It's ignorant. It's ignorant. It's highly ignorant. It's beyond ignorant. It's also slow. It's very damn slow because you don't even realize what you're doing and saying. And you just say it because it's for you, but then we'll judge the same exact act on another and flip it and be like, no, that ain't good. What you doing ain't good. Sorry. Not sorry.
Men as potential dating prospects?
Yes.
Would you have a problem sucking a dick after it's been inside another guy's ass?
Yes. Definitely. What the fuck?
No, because, well, maybe, because, like, I've done ass to mouth, but, like, it depends on if they cleaned their ass.
Can you...
What? See the rationale? And people's thinking how clean their ass is. Would they have an enema? I mean, what did they get a colostomy clean and colon clean or something? I mean, I don't judge what a person do. I might judge how you think, though.
More specific?
But, like, if you clean your ass before a scene, then maybe I'll suck a dick after it's been an ass. But then again, I've licked a guy's ass, so don't know if it was clean.
Huh. Let's keep going.
Is it generally true that men seek the hottest woman they can afford while women seek the richest man they can attract?
I'd say generally, yes, that is true.
So don't men want trophy wives while women want sugar daddies?
I'd say that, yeah, guys do like someone that they can probably show off. They care about looks more than money, and the opposite for girls. What do you think, Tim?
I mean, personally, I think personality matters, but girls do chase the money. And I've heard it first person. Like, girls care about money.
So how is dating not just a loose form of prostitution?
I mean, that's a
And that is the number one question of this decade. How is not modern dating not prostitution? We've seen videos where people say, you gotta buy them a whole outfit. You gotta in some situations you heard women say you gotta buy my children something to eat. I've seen a situation where this lady went on a blind date and invited her 23 family members to go on the date. And the bill ended up being like over $1,000, $2,000, and the dude just left. Like, a woman would know that, like, I'm not busting my ass all my life to give it to no man. That ain't what she did it for. She didn't bust her ass. She didn't work all that hard to say, yeah, I'm gonna give this all to a man. Right? That's correct, right? I know that's correct. I know what I'm saying. That's correct. No woman thinks I'm gonna bust my ass all my life to get to this point just so I could get it to a man. But the expectations of today's minds, that's exactly what a man's supposed to do. He is obligated to do so just to be in a person's presence. You gotta have money, status, and clout just to be in certain people's presence. I understand that. Because if you look at yourself, you carry yourself a certain kind of way, you look at yourself a certain kind of way, you're like, listen, this is the standard for myself, and I'm not gonna accept anything less. I totally get it. I get it. I get it. I respect that. I ain't hating. Don't hate the player, hate the game. So, if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, if you gotta pay for it, like a consultation, I mean, that's what Mariah Carey did. Mariah Carey sued a man for not marrying her for wasting her time in court and won. She was allowed to keep the $1 million engagement ring. And then won other monies for lost time. I guess that was punitive damages. The game has changed dramatically. I mean, dramatically. The game has changed dramatically to the point where it's in your mindset to think, I can't go and talk to someone unless I have enough money in my pocket. I can't speak to someone unless I get consent to do so. I mean, this is the world we're in now. The dating scene is exactly the way the dating scene is. You could say, well, who fault is it? Is it men's fault? Or is it women's fault? Women killed chivalry. I've been out with women. I've known women like, don't open the door for me. I go open my own door. Killed it. They ain't all women. But a lot of women murder that damn chivalry stuff. So you don't want that. And then you listen like, what do you want? Do you like? It's another video. I think it was on Kickback. Shout out to Kickback. It's like, would you, and they go around and ask, ladies, like, who would you want? Would you want a 9-to-5 dude, a scammer, or a drug dealer? Put them in order. Every single female, number one was either a drug dealer or a scammer. They ain't want a 9-to-5 dude. Let me tell y'all something. And listen very carefully. Ladies, y'all are fucking up. Y'all are making it where it is impossible to even be around y'all. I don't mean by your attitude. That's another thing. For one, you got a person, they got to qualify and afford to be in your presence. And then they don't even know you, and they're obligated to do this shit. That is the rule for men to be with these baddies. And then the ladies will then after wonder, why do men treat us how they treat us? Well, like an object, like something that was bought and paid for and discarded after they pay for it? Interesting stuff. Y'all are fucking up. I mean, I don't mean no disrespect at all, but you're making it impossible to be with. You understand? You're making it impossible to be with. Because the average man, the 9-to-5 man, which is what, 85% out of 100% of men, is 85% of your 9-to-5 man, is 8 out of 100% of men. And I don't mean just one race. Out of 100% of men, 85% of your 9-to-5 men, and they ain't good enough for 100% of the women. Think about that. 85% of the men, this generation of women says they ain't good enough. They don't qualify. They can't afford to be in these people's presence. In 20 years, the population is going to drop so hard. And then they're going to be looking up from the 20s, they're going to be in their 40s. The teens going to be in their 30s. The 10-year-olds now, they're going to be in their 20s, about to be 30, or 30 about to be 40. Your 30-year-old ladies going to be in their 50s. And you're going to be like, what happened? How did I not get what I wanted? Because you made it impossible to get caught. And you can talk about selling or whatever, only that men don't ever talk about settling. Men talk about going after what they want. Don't matter. Ain't no man is talking about, I need a high value woman. Ain't no man saying I need a woman to make 6 figures. That is not our language. Even men coming talking about we equal to women, or the women are equal to us. We're not saying we're better than women. You got the young girl. You got the young girls, young ladies, teens going into their 20s, already with this mindset, this superiority mindset. Where you get it from? Because it's gonna lead. You can't be with someone you think you're better than. And if women believe that they are better than the entire male race, guess what? You was born to be by yourself. If you contain that mindset, you putting yourself away from everything. You thinking that, oh, it just don't want to be near you. When you pushing it across the table, when anytime some decent or good present themselves, you don't want it. You want something worse than that and better at the same damn time. That's impossible. It's a hypocrisy mindset. It contradicts the ideal of it all. It just makes it an idea, a fantasy, a dream. And I think it's to the point now where women love this fantasy of dreams, so they can always just say at the end of the day when they old on their deathbed, well, I never found nobody good enough to be with me. And that was a damn problem. You thought you was good to be with. For those with those mindsets. If you ain't got that mindset, I ain't talking to you. But if you got that mindset, knowing about it with that mindset, trust it. Because I know men. And one thing about men, you can't be with one and keep making this motherfucker feel like you better than him. Men do things that make a woman feel that she's better than him and just as good. It's called catering to. But if you don't cater to a man's ego, ladies, if you don't stroke a man's ego, you ain't gonna have no damn man. That shit is so powerful. Oh my God, because it makes somebody feel low and small, and take that same person and put them in front of someone and make them feel wonderful and appreciated and dope as fuck, and see where they go. See where they go. See where they end up. See where they end up. Away from your ass. And I'll be back.